Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel Learning Online. Today we will study about ecosystem and components of ecosystem. Ecosystem. An ecosystem is a community of different species interacting with one another and with their non-living environment of soil, water, other forms of matter and energy, mostly from the sun. Ecosystem is a basic structural and functional unit of ecology. The word ecosystem was coined by Tinsley in 1935. Ecosystem can be natural or artificial. Examples of artificial ecosystems are crop fields, tree farms and reservoirs. Ecosystems do not have clear boundaries and are not isolated from one another. Matter and energy move from one ecosystem to another. For example, soil can wash from a grassland or crop field into a nearby river or lake. Water flows from forest into nearby rivers or crop fields. Birds and various other species migrate from one ecosystem to another. Winds can blow pollen from a forest into a grassland. Structure of an ecosystem depends on species diversity as well as the energy that is required to maintain it. If there is more species diversity, then structure of ecosystem will be more complex and less energy will be needed to maintain the structure of ecosystem. Components of ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of two major components, biotic components, abiotic components. The interactions between both these components constitute an ecosystem. Biotic components. Biotic components include producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers. Producers or autotrophs make the nutrients they need from compounds and energy obtained from their environment. They can generate their own food and present the first trophic level of a food chain. Autotrophs are divided into two types, photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. The question is, what are photoautotrophs and what are chemoautotrophs? Most producers capture sunlight to produce energy-rich carbohydrates such as glucose by photosynthesis, which is the way energy enters most ecosystems. These producers are called photoautotrophs, while chemoautotrophs are the organisms that can convert simple inorganic compounds from their environment into more complex nutrient compounds by using hydrogen sulfide instead of sunlight through a process called chemosynthesis. Nitrifying bacteria are chemosynthetic in nature. Consumers. Consumers are the organisms that depend on producers for purpose of food, also named heterotrophs because they cannot able to manufacture their own food. They get their nutrient directly or indirectly from producers. Consumers are divided into three types named as herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Herbivores are primary consumers that feeds on plants directly. Cow, zebra, rabbits, grasshoppers, deers, etc. are the examples of herbivores. Carnivores. Carnivores include secondary and tertiary consumers. Secondary consumers are carnivores that feeds on meat of herbivores. Spiders, birds, frogs, etc. are the examples of secondary consumers. Tertiary consumers are carnivores that feed on the flesh of other carnivores that ate the herbivores. Tigers, wolves, mice-eating snakes, hawks and killer whales, etc. are the examples of tertiary consumers. Omnivores. Omnivores are the animals that feeds on both herbivores and carnivores. Human, pigs, foxes, cockroaches and common carp are the examples of omnivores. The third biotic components are decomposers. Decomposers break down dead organisms and feces by digesting organic matter extracellularly and absorbing the products of digestion. Certain types of bacteria and fungi are decomposers. They release nutrients from the dead bodies of plants and animals and return them to the soil, water, and air for reuse by producers. Decomposers feed by secreting enzymes. Enzymes speed up the breakdown of bodies of dead organisms into nutrient compounds such as water, carbon dioxide, minerals, and simpler organic compounds. Abiotic components. Abiotic components include physical and chemical components. Physical components. Physical components are water, light, temperature, wind, air, and soil. Water. Water is a medium of life. Without water, life is impossible. Where there is more water, more organisms are found there. Availability of water in a habitat can greatly influence its organisms. About 71% of Earth's surface is covered with water. 97% of this water is salt water present in oceans, while only 3% is available as fresh water. Importance of water. Water is important for photosynthesis, irrigation, domestic use, industrial use for power generation, recreational purposes, drinking, transport of nutrients throughout body, removal of waste from body, lubricate body tissues, maintains the temperature of body, essential for proper functioning of body, maintenance of pH. Light. Sunlight is the basic source of energy on the earth. Plants use light energy to make their own food. All forms of life in the earth depend directly or indirectly on green plants for food. They also need light for their survival. Light intensity affects the number of plants in a habitat. Decrease in number of plants may result in the decrease of animals' number in the habitat. Plants receive light energy directly from sun to produce food by the process of photosynthesis. With the help of light energy, plants can produce food and also oxygen for all living organisms which are dependent on plants for this purpose. Products of photosynthesis are food and oxygen. Both these are valuable for animal survival. Animals take oxygen and expel carbon dioxide, which in turn is used by the plants for photosynthesis. Role of light. Light plays a vital role in the following life-running processes: seed germination, transpiration, photoperiodism, growth, reproduction, modification in leaf structures, migration, and communication. Temperature. Temperature can also bring change in the population of a habitat. Any extraordinary rise or fall in temperature may disturb the habitat. For example, warm water contains less oxygen. Temperature controls metabolic rate as well as overall activity of an individual. For example, normal body temperature of humans, goat and birds is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, 103 degree Fahrenheit and 105 degree Fahrenheit respectively. Temperature regulates the activity of cold blood and warm blood animals. The question is, what are warm-blooded animals and what are cold-blooded animals? Animals that maintain their internal body temperature constant are called warm-blooded animals. For example, birds and mammals. While cold-blooded animals are animals whose internal body temperature changes with respect to external environmental temperature. For example, fish, amphibian and reptiles. Importance of temperature. Metabolism, seed germination, opening and closing of flowers, seasonal falling of tree leaves, growth and development, animals' migration due to seasonal changes in temperature, reproduction, temperatures changes in desert ecosystem. Wind. Wind is moving air. It increases the rate of water loss from the organisms, therefore affecting their distribution. Wind is also important in formation of rain. In deserts, wind forms sand dunes which can be habitat of other organisms. Wind is caused by the uneven heating of the earth by the sun and the earth's own rotation. Winds range from light breezes to natural hazards such as hurricanes and tornadoes. Wind can be broadly divided into permanent, periodic, and local winds. In simple terms, the wind is nothing but moving air. The air movement is always from high pressure to low pressure areas. Importance of wind. Wind velocity has great effect on the rate of transpiration of plants as the fast flowing air currents remove layers of humid air from the vicinity of leaf surface. Rate of transpiration markedly increases. With the increasing altitude, wind velocity also increases, thus promoting the rate of transpiration. Air. Air is an important abiotic factor. Air is a mixture of gases. It contains gases which are very important for the lives of animals and plants. Animals and plants respire in the oxygen of air. Respiration is a necessary process to live. Plants, in addition to oxygen, also need carbon dioxide from air to make their food. Importance of air. Air is very important to us. We breathe in the air. We can't live without it. Air is needed for burning. We pump air into footballs, balloons, and tires of our vehicles. In our homes, we use air pressure to draw dust into the bag of vacuum cleaner. Fish and other animals in water use the air dissolved in water for respiration. Plants use air to make their food. Soil. Soil provides ecosystem services critical for life. Soil acts as a water filter and a growing medium, provides habitat for billions of organisms contributing to biodiversity, and supplies most of the antibiotics used to fight diseases. Humans use soil as a holding facility for solid waste, filter for wastewater, and foundation for our cities and towns. Finally, soil is the basis of our nation's agro ecosystem, which provide us with feed, fiber, food, and fuel. Role of soil. Soils perform 5 key functions in the global ecosystem. Soil serves as a medium for the plant growth, regulator of water supplies, recycler of raw materials, habitat for soil organisms, and landscaping and engineering medium. Chemical components. Chemical components are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, phosphorus, and sulfur. Nitrogen. Nitrogen is about 78% of the total volume of air, relatively inert, unavailable to plants directly. Therefore, it must undergo chemical changes to make it useful to producers. Used in dyes, medicines, and explosives. Used to preserve freshness of foods. Oxygen. Oxygen is about 21% of the air and chemically reactive and important in the breathing, weathering of rocks, the decay of organic matter, combustion, welding and cutting of metals. Carbon. Carbon is the basis for life on Earth. Key molecules that contain carbon include proteins, nucleic acid, carbohydrates and lipids. Carbon is an integral part of many biological processes, including reproduction, photosynthesis, and respiration. It makes up for 18% of human body. Sugar, glucose, proteins, etc. are all made of it. Phosphorus. Phosphorus is an essential nutrient for animals and plants. It plays a critical role in cell development and is a key component of molecules that store energy such as ATP, DNA and lipids. Insufficient phosphorus in the soil can result in a decreased crop yield. Sulfur. Some ecosystems rely on chemoautotrophs using sulfur as a biological energy source. This sulfur then supports marine ecosystems in the form of sulfates. Human activities have played a major role in altering the balance of the global sulfur cycle. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.